Kingdom Come Deliverance comes out very soon, tomorrow, a few hours now, guys. And yes, I'll be doing a WAB on it, which will probably be around going live about Wednesday evening or Thursday, depending on how much game time I can get on the game. But the thing is, there is controversy abound now over Daniel Vavra. He is the guy who founded Warhorse, who is the developers of Kingdom Come Deliverance. Apparently, he's a racist and a sexist. That's according to Metro. Who? You might be saying, who? Metro? Who? Yeah, this guy, Andrew Middlemas. He has said we should all boycott Kingdom Come Deliverance because Daniel Vavra is or Vavra, whatever you... Yeah, he's a racist and a sexist. And the reason he's a racist, guys, is because there are, and I quote, no people of colour in his game Kingdom Come Deliverance. I kind of think I know why there are no people of colour in Kingdom Come Deliverance. I think it's probably, I mean, I could be wrong here, guys, but I think it's to do with the fact that it's set in 1405 in Bohemia, which is pretty much in the Czech Republic of the present day. I don't think there was many people of colour in that part of the fucking world in 1405. So what are we supposed to do about that? You're a racist if you follow history. If you accurately follow history, you are now a fucking racist. Let me read. I'm not going to read it all because I'll want to punch something, but let me just read. Let's read the words of Andrew Middlemas. Frankly speaking, the lead developer Daniel Vavra is an unashamed racist and sexist. His Twitter account is full of anti-political correctness, anti-social justice warrior tirades that come across as the ramblings of a xenophobe. Well, hey, my entire daily conversation's full of anti-PC and anti-social justice warrior, but I'm not a fucking racist. He is also a supporter of Gamersgate, so is pretty much every other fucking gamer, to be honest. In an interview in 2015 with Kotaku, he laid his beliefs bare. What did he say? Did he say, I hate black people? Did he? Was he using the N-word, was he? I'll tell you what he did, guys. Or sit down. This may be shocking. He said it was not historically accurate to have non-white characters anywhere in his game. You know, wow. What a fucking heinous crime. So, his crime was being honest. He then rambles on, but then he finishes with, I implore people not to buy the game, to boycott it. We have to show that people who hold such disgusting views should not be rewarded, and that games that come from such a rotten, anti-progressive stance don't deserve to succeed. So basically this Andrew... Oh shit, there's me lawyer. I don't care, to be honest. No, I'm happy. No, I'll have my day in court. That was just me lawyer. He didn't like that. But as I was saying, guys, that's how he ended up. That's how he ended this article. Absolutely disgusting it is. At the end of the day, what he's saying is, let's be historically inaccurate for the sake of inclusion. And that is a very, very dangerous, very, very dangerous place to be honest with you, because we're talking about changing the history books. That's what we're talking about here. Where do we draw the line with this? What the hell is going on in the world today? It's just these people who are offended by everything. These snowflakes are absolutely ruining the world. You know, I saw an article in the paper today of a lollipop man. That's a guy who helps children across the road. You know, he's employed by the council. And he has the lollipop, the big white stick with the lollipop on the end with Stop Children on. And he was high-fiving the school kids. He's been doing it for years. As the kids go across the road, he high-fives them. They're only 8 and 9 and 10. They love him to bits. He's such a nice old guy. He's about 73, 74. He just does it as a little part-time job in his retirement, you know. He loves the kids, high-fives them. One of the parents complained that he was grooming the children by high-fiving them. And he's had to pack his job in. I mean... These people are evil. These people that are branding people racists and sexists and homophobes, they are evil people, most of them. Because nearly every time you see a branded accusation. There's no racism there. There's no racism here at all in Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's just a game about 1405 in Bohemia, and yes, at that time period there were no people of colour around, so why put them in the game? Let's make a computer game about Zulu. Let's make one of Rorke's Drift. And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll have half of the British in Rorke's Drift black and half of the fucking Zulus white. How's that? Is that what you want? Is that because that's how fucking ridiculous it is. That's where we are, guys. Now listen how absurd that sounds. It's totally absurd. But that's essentially what these fuckers like Andrew Middlemas is crying about. If you want inclusivity, then let's just go the whole hog, shall we? I want a fucking game about Wonder Woman, but I want Wonder Woman to be a bloke. Fuck it. What's so wrong with that? What's wrong with having the Zulu nation white? Well, half of them white. There was white people in Africa at that time. So hey, let's have them. Let's do it. Let's do it. Why not? Let's remake Roots. Remember Roots, Kunta Kinte, about the black slaves? I want half the slaves white. Let's do that. Because there was white people around there at the same time. The fact that none of them were fucking slaves is irrelevant, because these people don't give a fuck about history. Oh, let's just change history. Oh yeah, let's change history. There was no black people at all, or people of colour, whatever. You know, you don't even know what to fucking call people nowadays. It's so fucked up. You've got to be so careful of what you say. Oh, that's the wrong word. You're a racist. Oh, off. Where this game is set, it's miles and miles inland, miles away from the coastal ports. It's fucking miles inland. In 1405, there won't have been any people of colour around there, so why put them in the fucking game? It's not racist to keep them out. It's called historical accuracy. What's next? Are we just going to fuck up the whole of history to keep people from being offended? Be offended. It's fine. I get offended every time I switch the fucking TV on, listening to the fake bullshit. Listening to people losing their jobs for doing nothing wrong. I get offended all the time, but you know what? Nothing happens. You get offended. I just sit there, yeah, I'm offended. Big fucking deal. You don't catch some kind of disease. So if you're offended by Kingdom Come Deliverance, tough fucking shit. Get offended. It's fine. Welcome to the offended club. Nothing bad happens to you. Just deal with it. Stop spoiling everything for everybody else. Stop pointing that disgusting, abusive finger at people and branding them whatever you want to brand them. It's disgusting. We have got to stop this stupidity around computer games and movies. What are you going to do next? Are you going to count every single character in a game and make sure that there's an equal amount of Chinese, Japanese, Asians, blacks, whites, whatever? Is that what you're going to do? What if you make a game on feudal Japan, like Shogun? What we're going to do? What we're going to do? Have loads of Africans in that, are we? Shall we put a whole army of Africans in there just to keep everybody fucking happy? If a fucking alien came down from another fucking world and says, tell me about the Earth, they'd fuck off. They wouldn't know how quick to get back in their fucking UFO, and they'd say, fuck this, I'm never coming back. It's a fucking madhouse. The fucking lunatics down here. They're fucking idiots. They would. You couldn't make this shit up. You really couldn't. The way the world is today. It's so fucked up beyond belief. It's fucked up beyond belief. There you go. There's a bell. And guys, as much as this is bloody annoying what's happened, that doesn't mean in the comments you have to be racist, you have to be nasty towards anybody, you have to be abusive towards anybody. You can have a perfectly rational conversation without being nasty to people. Anybody who does anything remotely racist in these comments, I'll ban you. It's as simple as that. I won't have any people blaming any specific race or nationality of people. French maybe, but you know what I'm saying. So behave yourself in the comments. It's a touchy subject. It gets people wound up. I'm one of the people that gets wound up, but that's no excuse to be nasty or racist towards any particular group of people.